Man, man, what's up? Wow. Screen Fame fans, what's up? And this is it. And if you want to donate to the page, hit up the Cash App. Carcino is the name on the Cash App. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Now, John Wick, Parabellum, or John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, whichever way you want to call it. Anyhow, John Wick Chapter 3 is the latest in the John Wick franchise. And if you remember part two, they leave off where John Wick is on the run because he's pissed off and there's a hit and he's been excommunicado. Which means that he's no longer protected. And the main hood honchos who control everything has sent out Taylor from Billions, who talks like basically a human robot. I thought she was just doing that for the show Billions, but now it comes to see that she talks like that normally. She's the person they send out to, facilitate the task that the main group wants to get accomplished. This is the main order that runs the underground mafia hitman organization worldwide. And John Wick, this one person that they want to die, they can't kill. So John Wick goes to the only friends that we know John to have. The man who runs the Continental. And Haley Berry. He runs to a couple other people too and other characters, but the reason that John Wick pops is the choreography. And the first John Wick, we had never seen anything like it on screen, period. I've never seen anything like it. I used to have to push people to get John Wick. It's the only movie I bought on Blu-ray and bought the 4K that came with the Blu-ray. I just ended up giving away the Blu-ray recently. But I had no problem in buying it because I wanted it in 4K and I got it in 4K. So for that reason alone, I felt very comfortable in what I was doing because I loved that film and it had an arc with the thing with the dog dying, and that touched everybody. And most people didn't understand it until they actually got it. Like, this is a movie you own. I mean, I was selling the movie and I didn't even work there. I'm like, no, 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 no. There's some movies you rent. This is a movie you own. You must own John Wick. So, John Wick, the first one, got off to a great start. The second one kind of was like a rendition of the original. He got his car, he got everything, and here he is right back into it. Once his friend shows up and asks him for a debt. So now he's sucked back in. And this third one, he's just trying to survive. And now, from the decisions he made in two. And I would say three is about on the same level as two. Might be slight bit better than two. But they're not on the level of one because they're really missing that arc. They actually hint back to like all of this started because of a dog. think it was Angelica Houston, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong if that's who that was. But it's funny. It's not about the dog. It's not all about the dog. It wasn't just the dog. Then the Matrix scenes when he's like, I need guns. Lots of guns. That's from the Matrix. So when he drops that line, you already know that's from the Matrix. Now, this is kind of similar to 2. You had the lesbian who couldn't speak in Ruby Rose. Here you have the transgender and what I think her name is Ian something, Ian Shannon, and she's like Taylor from Billions. And her role in this is just it's I come to find out she's Taylor from Billions. And that's no bad thing. It's just no great thing either, because that's I couldn't separate her. She seems very analytical, very like much of a robot. I mean, Haley Berry was basically herself. She didn't add or take away anything from the movie. Now, her role was originally supposed to go to the character that played Trinity, and it was going to be like a Matrix reunion. But something happened along the way, and it didn't work out. So that character ended up becoming Haley Berry's character, and I would have much rather seen Trinity, to be honest. But she played her role. I mean, the death count, if you're one of the guys who are there for the action, don't care about story, this will satisfy you. You will not be disappointed with John Wick 3. This one would probably make the most money. Mark Dacascos is in here. If you don't remember him, he's the Iron Chef, but he's also a martial artist. Very high-ranking martial artist, and he plays a very good role in this film. Of course, I'm trying to keep from telling you guys everything about the movie. But the highest court wants John Wick. Oh, there's a lot of symbolisms in here with the artwork that's in the background when they're in different countries, different. It's a lot of, you'll see it as you're looking at a photo now. This is a shot from John Wick 3, and you'll see the religious symbolism right here. It's quite interesting, right? The cool part about John Wick 2 is when they go to the store and they get lined for the suits and they go and they get prepared in that underground world. You got to see a little more of it in part 2. That was the coolest scene to me in part 2, is when he's going around shopping and the words and the verbiage they use. And you get to see more of that in John Wick 3. So hats off to Keanu Reeves for creating a series out of something that people looked at as probably a one-off film, and it wasn't going to make that much or be that great. They trusted in the team that they had to build this film to the level that it is now, and it's a great series. You know, quite enjoyable, something that you could have on your DVD shelf and feel really comfortable about going to watch. Now, with that being said, your boy Carcino, and I'm out.